Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
So we're up in the Panhandle of Texas, and we're studying mule deer movements and survival.
We've uncovered a track here that hasn't seen the light of day for 112 million years.
A lot of people that come out here to enjoy the park enjoy either the beach or they get a chance to experience the marsh.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
Are you in contact with the helicopter?
Yeah.
All right, so we're here at 660 still. I don't know where the chopper is. They should be able to spot us, I think.
From the back of a pickup truck to the seat of a helicopter, these Texans are on the hunt. But they aren't after trophies or meat. They're hunting for knowledge.
So we're up in the Panhandle of Texas, and we're studying mule deer movements and survival, and particularly how those are influenced by agriculture.
This is the first study of its kind that we've ever done in the state of Texas. Because of the many partnerships that we have established in this project, we were able to really finally get it going.
1, 2, 3.
We're going to get some outstanding information to make the best management decisions that we can for mule deer in the state of Texas.
Mule deer are a very interesting species. People think about them in the western U.S., but we do have them here in fairly healthy populations in Texas.
They're not found throughout the state like white-tailed deer are, so they're pretty much restricted to the Panhandle or the Trans-Pecos area.
They need less brush. They need lots of open expanse habitats compared to a white-tailed deer.
But just like whitetail, mule deer are an animal people love to see.
Yeah, I can see one right in the horizon. That's a big-bodied deer too.
Mm-hmm.
Landowners depend on them as a source of income for leasing their property for hunting. So they are important to this area. And yet we know very little about them. Very little research has been done on them here in the Panhandle.
From row crop farming, to pastures for livestock production, to plenty of wide open, wild spaces. The Panhandle of Texas is the epitome of rural. And mule deer can be found just about anywhere. Just ask a local.
It's not unusual to nearly be able to plumb up on a mule deer or drive up on one. If they're out in the field next to the highway, you can stop and take pictures of them.
In the fall and winter, large groups of mule deer can be found grazing in wheat fields.
It's not uncommon for us to see 150, 200 a day this time of the year.
One of the big questions of this project is dealing with agriculture land versus the rangeland like you see behind me. Is there a difference in the nutritional value of the plants, or is it the deer picking it just because it's out here and they have a buffet?
To help answer this question, researchers are looking at mule deer location data to determine what they like to eat.
Here's a doe. This is a cotton field, and it also grows wheat during the winter, so she was using the crops in the area very frequently over the course of the year.
They are also collecting native plants and poop samples.
We're basically identifying the plant DNA found in the fecal material, and we did observe the deer eating sand shinnery oak and sand sage, so That gives us an idea of what we should be finding in the sample.
Another question is, how far are mule deer willing to travel for a bite to eat?
There's thoughts, both from the agency standpoint and also from landowner standpoint, that these mule deer may be showing large movements relative to different agricultural crops, 10 or 20 miles maybe.
That can impact the way we survey the deer. That can impact the way we issue antlerless mule deer permits. If we're issuing permits in a certain area, are we impacting neighbors far away that we had no idea that we would be impacting?
To answer these questions, the research team is tracking mule deer using radio collars.
And we've actually got two different kinds of collars. On the fawns, we've got a collar that emits a radio signal. Those enable us to tell where the deer is and if the deer's alive or not.
Right, that it was under a barbed wire fence. So that's an indication that it broke off. The stitching will expand on its own. As the fawn grows, sometimes it gets hung up in other things and will come off before the fawn is full grown.
The other kind of collars that we're putting on the adult deer have a GPS unit built into them. And so those collars are taking locations every hour for a year. So we'll get thousands of locations on those deer, day and night, every day of the year.
The tricky part is getting the radio collars on the mule deer.
We have deer that are radio collared that we captured back in 2015. The radio collars all transmit a signal.
Oh, there it is.
Those radio collars are allowing the helicopter crew to use radio telemetry and locate them.
Normally it takes them a little while to get the feel for the country and how the animals are acting and how they react to the helicopter before they bring us an animal.
They're going to fly to that animal, get it in an open area, fire a net around it, and that net's going to hobble them up. They'll have a gentleman get out and secure them with straps and bands. And hook it up to a line underneath the helicopter. And the helicopter will long line it in, then gently lower it to the ground for us to work on.
The team works quickly to download the collar data and take a bunch of other measurements.
We've got a huge gamut of things that we're collecting on the deer while we have them in hand. We don't normally have deer in hand.
It's just me. Yeah. We're getting body weights, we're getting body condition, meaning how much fat they have on them. Fat for humans isn't necessarily a good thing, but for wildlife, having some extra fat on them is a really good thing. So body condition 3 and 5 millimeters of fat. That helps them survive the hard times, and the females will be able to reproduce better if they have more fat.
Okay.
So that's a really good measure of kind of habitat quality for these animals.
Yeah.
While it is amazing to be close to such magnificent animals, at the same time you have to be calm because these animals can pick up on any emotion like that.
There's a high interest in this research project, not only from the department and our partners, but from private landowners as well.
Not every day that you get to see 2 mule deer swinging out from underneath a helicopter.
It's been real interesting. It's a lot better than digging post holes or fixing fence. I got that one off my dad's place. It's not a typical thing that we get to see, and it's a pretty amazing project.
We were able to capture a lot of deer today.
See, he was a yearling last year. He's gonna look pretty nice to people out in the field. I mean, look at that body on him for a 2-year-old. Looks like a hoss.
Really excited to see the changes that have occurred in the deer from one year to the next.
Do you have his weight on there? I'm just curious.
112 last year. What did he weigh?
165. Yeah, some weight.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that's fantastic.
One.
2, 3.
The deer seem to be doing really good in this area, and we're excited to find out more about where they've been all year and what they've been doing.
For now, researchers will continue to monitor the deer and their various food sources.
Tails up. I think we got poop.
Each day brings more insight.
If we look at her GPS tracks, you can see that she went back and forth between the two areas quite frequently.
If this agriculture is a good nutritional resource for the deer, we would expect those deer that are using agricultural fields to have more fat, be heavier, larger body sizes, may have larger antler sizes.
There's a lot of things in there of how we do business that this information is really going to fine-tune and make mule deer management better for the state and the Texas Panhandle.
We're here on the southeast corner of Texas, and we're here at Sea State Park, about 10 miles west of Sabine Pass. We're a relatively small park.
I know the water's gonna eat you.
We do have 5 miles of beach. The majority of this park is marshland. And a lot of people that come out here to enjoy the park enjoy either the beach, or they get the chance to experience the marsh environment. The neat thing about the Gambusian Nature Trail is you're just right above the water.
Crab, 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 crab.
It's a wonderful way to experience the marshland environment without getting your feet wet.
Well, I'll get her, I'll get her. I'll get her right here. Right here. Baby alligator. It's right here. You see him? There's probably a mama nearby.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's really cool. I've never experienced actually seeing an alligator in its natural habitat, and it's really cool to actually see one in person.
It's easy, it's easily accessible, and it's a nice long trail where you're really isolated from the rest of the world and you don't realize that there's any civilization around. And it's just a hidden gem, I suppose you would call it.
We have over 10 miles of paddling trails.
It's so pretty out here.
There's different canals, lakes, small areas that people can get out and explore on their own. You get a chance to observe, be one with nature.
I love this. Ah! A fish jumped in my boat. Ah, hang on.
We're out here on Sea Rim's East Beach.
Oh, I saw one.
It's a wonderful spot to go crabbing. I do have some chicken necks that are already tied up to the string here.
It's like fishing. What's on it?
I didn't have any idea it would involve chicken. I thought you would sort of cast a net, pull them in, and it would be done.
Not the crabbies.
Uh-oh, I think you got a bite. You do. Pull it in real slow.
Oh.
Been in Southeast Texas 15 years. This is my first time.
Look at there, man.
That's a keepy.
Oh, it's great. The kids are having a blast, and we are too. I think I'm having more fun than the kids.
I got one. Think. Hazel, get it, get it, get it. It's a big one.
It is fun.
Whoa, there's one.
I didn't know about it, and I don't think a lot of people do know about it.
Gotcha, little scoundrel. Oh, got it.
Especially if you're into crabs. We have caught so many crabs today.
Think you see it?
You got a crab.
Oh, I got 2.
2 for 1. How about that?
Yeah.
One down. I caught 2.
We come out here at least about every other weekend. We just kind of grew up out here fishing.
Oh, you lost your bait, baby.
It's fun. Family loves it. My son loves it.
Almost every day after work, he says, "Come on, we're going fishing." I'm like, "Okay, it's fine with me."
Oh, you really never know what you're going to catch out here. Bull red coming in with it. It was pretty shallow. It was probably the second sandbar. I have to tag this one. This one's over 28. All right.
Mira.
Searim State Park is a park that not very many people are aware of. You're not going to hear all buzzing traffic or anything like that. You're away from it all, and you can come out here and enjoy life.
Wish you could spend more time with nature? Well, every month you can have the great outdoors delivered to you. Since 1942, Texas Parks and Wildlife magazine has been the outdoor magazine of Texas. Every issue is packed with outstanding photography and writing about the wild things and wild places of this great state. And now Texas's best outdoor magazine is available as an app. It's just that easy. Texas Parks and Wildlife magazine. Your connection to the great outdoors.
They've been extinct for millions of years, but thanks to human imagination and a bit of exploitation from pop culture, dinosaurs have made a comeback.
They're flocking this way.
Most writers and filmmakers will admit their reimagination of dinosaurs isn't especially true to life. And that brings us to our real-life cast of characters in their own real-life adventure.
He's ready. Okay.
March north, 66.84.
Mike O'Brien is a graphics designer with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department.
As long as you're getting material out of there, yeah, keep scraping it.
You need to start getting your gear together and...
Dr. James Farlow is a professor of paleontology from Indiana. With a grant from the National Geographic Society, he's brought 21 students and volunteers nearly 1,000 miles to sweep, swab, and swelter under the hot summer sun.
We're going to have a great opportunity today to get these recorded in 3D.
It's so clear from up here.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Awesome.
That's just a beautiful shot up there.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Very.
That's the payoff for all this work we go through.
Ready? If I can get this done and see it out there, a bunch of Google Earth files that people can interact with and plan their trip out here and, you know where things are.
Did it skip a track?
Yeah, I think he's heading that way. The one immediately by Mike's left hand looks like it's a right.
5549.
Each number you hear will become a GPS coordinate that corresponds to a specific dinosaur track.
Okay, ready?
North, 76.267.
The process can be excruciatingly slow, taking hours and sometimes days, depending on how many tracks are being mapped.
Sometimes I get bogged down in the mechanics and the details and the drudgery of some of what has to be done to document them. But every once in a while, you sit back and reflect and you get that sense of wonder about what it is you were actually seeing when you see footprints made one after another by living dinosaurs. That's as close to seeing a living dinosaur going about its activities as you're going to get. And so that can't help but fire the imagination.
After the GPS coordinates are recorded, Mike O'Brien takes a photo of each individual dinosaur track.
That's one thing about this. This is not easy. Seems like everything is a challenge.
And when the photographs, GPS coordinates, and Google Earth files are all combined, the result is this.
I've got hundreds of photographs I bring all those back here and I'm able to stitch all those photographs together, and we got some great photo mosaics of it. The blue tracks are a small sauropod. These red tracks are a pretty big acrocanthosaur, and you can see this green line and how all of a sudden he goes from here, that's a left foot, right foot, left, and then all of a sudden he turns real hard right here. It really tells quite a story, and it's really important to capture it now before it's gone.
What Mike means is the moment the tracks are unearthed, they'll slowly erode away.
Now we can preserve a digital file, so they will be able to do a tour of this track site on their computers.
But any amount of modern-day effort pales compared to what happened at this same site back in 1939. Roland T. Bird was a paleontologist who hit the mother lode here along the Paluxy River, discovering hundreds of theropod tracks along with the first known evidence of sauropods. But Bird didn't just scientifically document the tracks. He dug up a huge section and hauled it off to museums across the country. Almost overnight, the city of Glen Rose became famous throughout the world. The following morning,
did you see this one we just found?
Mike made an incredible find.
This is probably the deepest theropod track that's come out of the park. We've uncovered a track here that hasn't seen the light of day for 112 million years. I mean, give or take a few million. It's pristine, it's very deep. Well, this thing goes on forever. I think it's probably time to put some water in here, soften it up. Thank you. Oh, I thought this was to drink.
You can, but I wouldn't.
I was going to lemonade. All right, thank you.
For the next day and a half, Mike will work to get every last bit of clay separated from this fossilized theropod track.
You may want to back up for this. I'm going to blast that track out.
You're a mess.
And what blows my mind is seeing those individual toes. It just gives you so much more depth of information. If you can email a file or you can post it on a website for everyone to look at, you know, so many opportunities for sharing that information, especially if you're working with colleagues studying dinosaur trackways in other parts of the world. Having all this new technology has really opened some new doors.
The remnants of real-life dinosaurs may not be visually stimulating like the ones created by special effects artists. But the ones here at Dinosaur Valley State Park have a huge advantage going for them. They were real.
Well, if the payoff is not worth the effort, I'm one of the biggest idiots on the planet. So yeah, I think the payoff is worth the effort.
As long as those tracks are mapped, imagine how many more trails that'll lead us down and the stories they're going to tell us.